So welcome to the next video in Module 6 of the New Patients on Tap, where we're talking all things internal marketing. And in this video, what we're going to talk about is regular newsletters or broadcast emails. So like I said in the last video, broadcast emails is a one-off email that you send to all of the people in your database who have agreed to receive emails from you, obviously using GDPR rules or wherever it is you're based. So what you're doing is you're sending a regular newsletter to your database, and it is very effective. Regular being the appropriate word here. You need to send it at least weekly. So what I do is I send it once a week, and I set it up to go. For us, we like to send it to arrive into our database's inbox on a Sunday morning at 9 a.m. and it is the same time every week. When I first started this, I thought that wouldn't matter so much, but what we find is that patients will come back to us and they'll say, we never got your email this weekend if we missed it, or it came on a Saturday, or did I miss it? Did it come on a Monday? So people will, if you do this properly, people will watch out for it. If you're writing it for your ideal patient, they will resonate with it, they'll watch out for it, and they will want to read it. It can be done via post if you wish, but email is also highly profitable, and certainly is what I would recommend you start off with. Make it as easy as you can when you're beginning your marketing, and email is very effective. Obviously, you'll get a higher open rate if you send it by post, but it will cost you to send it by post, whereas email will cost you nothing but time. You want to make it light and you want to make it personal. Now, we will go through how to do this, but this is not a heavy thing that you want to be sending. It's entertainment, or infotainment is a better way of putting it. It's a combination of some entertainment for that person reading the email and also some useful information so that they look forward to the next one. It's not something that's going to put them off. It's too heavy, too boring. Like I said, you want to incorporate useful information, and this is where you will reuse your weekly blog from our last module, where we had our lesson 3 in module 5, where we were talking about SEO. So we're reusing or reincorporating it. And every 3 to 4 newsletters, you will have a call to action. Now, you will have a soft call to action in every one, but a harder call to action in every 3 or 4 newsletters. When I say a harder call to action, I mean something like what you're doing is you're having an offer such as 50% off for 10 people for a knee assessment or something like that. Whereas a softer call to action is, if you have any problem, give me a shout. And I'm going to show you an example of an email in a few moments how we did it with a softer call to action. So the first thing you want to do is you want to build a database of past patients. And you will do this either through email or post. So you want to build up a database of patients with their first name, their second name, their address if you decide you're going to do it via post, or more simply their email address. And you're going to open your email with something personal about you. It's because people will buy from someone, they'll buy from a person as opposed from an entity or a business. So you want to make some sort of personal connection with them. You want to then be able to segue that into your weekly blog, and you're reusing your blog by cutting and pasting maybe a third or half of your blog to increase the size of the email, and then they can click to read the rest. And I'll show you in a moment how to do this. You want to give a soft call to action, like I said, every single time, and you want to give a harder call to action less often, depending on when it is you need to do it. You can use bolds to highlight the copy that you really want, such as your call to action and so on. And you need to be consistent. Like I said, it's no good doing this every once in a while. You need to make a commitment to be consistent with it. And you need to be doing it at least once a week. Now, once a week is loads. It is plenty. Don't feel that you need to do it more than once a week. Certainly, in a health clinic, people aren't expecting you to be emailing them every second day. But if you're just doing it once a month, you're doing it every 2 weeks or once every few months, it's pointless and it will begin to annoy people. Okay, so here's an example of an email that we used a few weeks ago, which is using the blog I showed you from the last module. So the title was, have you any ideas for me? So this is written like this to intrigue somebody or ideal patient to open it. And I'll read it. So, hi Rebecca. So Lent has officially begun. Normally this time of the year, I spend 2 weeks before Lent wondering what I will give up. Sweets, chocolate, etc. Now, we go on to talk about personal things that we were thinking of doing, such as a bungee jump or paragliding and so forth. And then we ask for some interaction. We're asking people to come back and give us some ideas on what it is they suggest that we could give up. And then we bring this in to our blog. So of course I can't take all the credits for this idea. I was actually, one of my patients was telling me her and her family are doing something similar, and I thought it was fantastic. She has been coming in to me with pain across the top of her foot, and I wanted to get it sorted so she could start her adventures after Lent. She had been asking if I had any information I could give her about possible causes, as her husband was the same type of pain. So I said I'd share it here. And this is where we have the blog. So what we have is we have click here to read the blog, and then we have the first section of the blog, probably about a third of the blog, and again click here to continue reading. So you can see how we're reusing the SEO, where by not having the full blog but part of the blog, it encourages people to go to our website and Google, and the search engines will notice this is happening, and it will improve our SEO, if nothing else. And then we finish off with have a fantastic Sunday, Rebecca, because we send it on a Sunday. And the patient's name, your CRM will insert your patient's name here. That's why it's Rebecca in this case. If you have any ideas for my Lent challenge, please hit reply and let me know. I don't know, will I come up to my 40 on my own? Now, we actually found that we got well over 50 replies to this email, even though we didn't ask them for anything, but our ideal patient liked this email. Now, like I said, I no longer write these emails. My practice manager signs the emails, but they're not even written by her anymore. They're now written by our marketing manager. So you can delegate, you can systemize, delegate, and automate it. Then we have down here our soft call to action. P.S. You're having any issues with your foot pain, call us now. And these numbers are clickable. So you click on them and it will ring straight away from a smartphone, because the majority of people are reading from a smartphone. Or click the button below and request a call. So when they click on this, what it will do is it will bring them to a form that they will fill in. So we have another lead magnet form for them to fill in. So we'll go now and we'll have a look at what homework we have for you. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to write your first broadcast email using the blog that you used from Module 5. Don't worry if it's not a great masterpiece at the first time you do it. You have to give it a go. You've got to start somewhere. Once you've done that, I want you to send that then into the private Facebook group for feedback from us, and we will tell you what we think, and then you can post it on then to your database from there. So we're looking forward to seeing it inside your private Facebook group, and I'll see you in the next video for more internal marketing.